talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalton and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
This team is horrible. Horrible. Embarrassing. Just not a good look for the Phillies in Citi Field. You were singing a song on your Instagram, Fratty. You wanna break it out for us again on the post game?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the Phillies sleep at Citi Field. Frank
That's
the
literally
Tank. Frank the Tank owns the Phillies because they are 7-2 against us this season.
I'm glad we can at least get a laugh out of it, right? Make the best out of a bad situation. Philadelphia Phillies, there's no other way to put it. They get swept. They get embarrassed. And then on top, the cherry on top, they get swept and shut out tonight. Absolutely embarrassing. Just not a good look for the Phillies team as a whole. This whole series, they looked asleep. The bats looked asleep. The team top to bottom has not looked good. And I'm starting to wonder, Fratty, if part of Wheeler's departure is affecting this team mentally. What do you think?
I think it is. I mean, I don't know. Our bats are starting to fall asleep. They were asleep after the third and fourth inning of the first game, and then they were asleep most of the game up until that Bader home run, and then we scored a few other runs in that game yesterday. The bats are not consistent at all. We just can't. We don't have the guys. We're not that clutch. This team's not as clutch as we want to be, and I mean, this is our 10th loss in a row at Citi Field. We went 0-6 at Citi Field. We lost the last game, our last regular season game of the season at Citi Field, 6-0. I mean, this is insane. That's 0-6 to losing 6-0. I mean, this is horrible stuff. I can't take it anymore. We haven't won a championship in 17 years. I'm tired of hearing about 2008. I'm tired of hearing, oh yeah, we won 2008. Was this great? All that, but that was 17 years ago. We're not the Philadelphia Cowboys. The Phillies have to start figuring it out. They have to figure it out soon. I don't care. I know Zach Wheeler's out for the year, and I know this and that, but I'm absolutely scared. And I'm really scared that Tyler Walker in the postseason will come back down to earth. He already showed it tonight. He's going to show it even more if we make Red October, which the window's starting to close. Other teams are starting to close gaps, so I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I can tell, Fratty. I can definitely tell by that speech. That was very passionate. I love it. And if you guys want to call into the show later, save this number. We already got one call in lined up, but 302-316-4848. We'll get some of you guys on here with us. But shutout swept, annoying performance by the Phillies. We'll get to a Braves preview later as well. But let's go ahead and just talk about this team's lost identity, it feels like. It feels like this Phillies team isn't really playing up to the standards that they're capable of. Schwarber and Harbor are both due. What's your thoughts on this team's identity and where they're headed?
Team's identity is not good. I mean, like I just mentioned to you about a minute ago, There, it's just there. It's a big. It's a big what's up, Mac? But it's a big problem, and like I said, we're sitting here today. Tomorrow's going to be August 28th. So we got a month left in the regular season. This stuff's about to get, like I said yesterday, this stuff's about to get real now. We're done at Citi Field for a year, but it doesn't mean we can go back there again if we make the postseason, because the window's, like I said, the window's closing in on us a little bit. But uh, and I'll get into the reason why I think the next series is big. But anyway, this team, like I said, this team has really lost its identity. I just think the Jordan Romano effect isn't good. But I'll tell you a few guys that really few positives out of tonight. Luis Trevino pitched a good 1-2-3 inning tonight. That was one good positive out of tonight, and Harrison Bader's defensive plays. Other than that, and a few hits we had. Other than that, I can't really find anything else positive about this game. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head, Frat. There was not many positives. Looking at some of these, I mean, Bohm had 2 hits, but Bohm also handed away part of the series, like somebody said in the comments. And then just the bottom of the lineup tonight, man. Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at the stat line. Castellanos, Stott, and Bader. All 3 at-bats, no runs, no hits, no walks, no RBIs, and, of course, no homers between the 3 of them. But the bottom of your lineup just can't bottom out. Like, even Kepler, 1 hit, 3 at-bats. JT, none. Blanked. Schwarber, blanked. Got to get it together, Phils. Really do. Because this is not like what we signed up for as fans. This isn't what the team's paying for. And I understand that it's a couple of games. I'm not going to be that guy that's, season's over, like overreact. I'm just saying, when you get to October, and we all know, everybody knows that's a Phillies fan, has seen this before, time in and time out, that if they don't get it together, they're going to get freaking swept in the playoffs by the Mets. It's going to be embarrassing, Frat. It's going to be embarrassing having to see Frank the Tank have an aneurysm and the freaking veins on his neck pile up because he's so angry, screaming at his TV. And the Philadelphia Phillies team has all the talent in front of them, all the pedigree, and they can't put it together whenever we want them to the most, right? Like, this series is arguably some Phillies fans' Super Bowl. There's nobody that Phillies fans hate more. And shout out to our guy Frosty from Philly, which we're about to get to in a second. But he made a good point. He had a really good question. If you guys don't give my guy Frosty from Philly, at Frosty from Philly on Instagram, a follow. But he said, besides Cowboys fans, who do Philly fans hate the most? It's the Mets. It's the Mets, hands down. I think Fratty would agree with that. I think any Philly fan that knows Philly would agree with that. And this team completely... bottom of the lineup, Fratty. It was sleeping like a little baby catching Z's. Just REM sleep. I'm talking night-night. Yeah, horrendous. And grown men just, and it wasn't just tonight. It was a lot of the series too. So, dude, I'm upset because I know that this team can play well and they can have hot streaks, but when it's a cold streak, things like this happen, like this series. Nobody would have thought we would have gotten swept by the Mets. We were supposed to sweep them.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened. It's been, I don't know what to say, because back on August 1st, we were looking, it was so high when we were at the game. Everything looked so good. Now we're sitting here almost the end of August, and we're like, we're like all the excitement from that game against the Tigers to this, to say the New York Mets, we're gonna have to avoid the New York Mets at all costs in the
Thanks for the
postseason.
reminder, Chris. Had to
But-
just bust this guy's balls. He said, we haven't dominated you guys this good since the Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins era.
But yeah, the Mets, like I said, the Mets are going to hang in there. And I'm so sorry, Jeff, but your team is sinking in the wild card standing.
This has nothing to do with the Reds. This has nothing to do with the Reds. We can't drag the Reds into this. This is the Phillies doing. They did this to themselves tonight, man.
But the Phillies are, like I said, the Phillies are absolutely hurting themselves. They're hurting the Cincinnati Reds from trying to catch the Mets. But that's really all I have to say. I mean, the Mets are getting their jobs done. The Mets want to go to, I guess you can call it a New York October. I guess October.
Oh God! Oh my God, Fratty, my ears are burning just hearing that.
HOTE, that annoying song that Frank the Tank mocks. Grim, and we get this. They're gonna bring out. Oh my God! They're gonna bring out Grimace again. It's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be annoying, like again.
I want the Phillies to beat Grimace's ass so I can get my free McNuggets. Damn it! But anyway, let's talk about Kepler, man. I know you had the comment in the group chat tonight, which I thought was very original and very funny. Noodle arm. Noodle arm is what you're calling this guy, huh? You want him off the team? Yes, no, maybe so. I understand where you're coming from, but noodle arm, I like that one, Fratty.
Yeah. What's the name? Max Kepler. He's not that good. He's not a good outfielder. I don't know why he's even still playing the outfield for the Phillies. And they have no choice. He can't even be a DH because Schwarber's mainly the DH, so he has to play the outfield. But honestly, at this point, why don't they just make him be the designated DH at this point and just make Schwarber play the field instead? Because Schwarber at least has a little bit better arm than him. At this point, I mean, it's either you bench him or they can play DH. He's not a good outfielder anymore. He's lost. He's pretty much lost his DNA when it comes to being in the outfield. And I'll tell you one thing: I think this guy's worse than Kenny Pickett. He's worse than him. At least Kenny Pickett was able to throw the ball when it comes to football. When it comes to baseball, Max Kepler can't even throw a tiny baseball. It's that bad. So what can I say about this man? I mean, and then his bat is inconsistent on top of it too. And I think I know he got a hit tonight, but his bat's inconsistent, and we'll see.
I love that. You know what my favorite part is about this Fratty, this series? And I know my Wi-Fi is going a little bit in and out, so I'm just going to wait until I get, 3 bars, just like the Phillies had 0 bats. That my 0 bars is just like the Phillies 0 bats. There you go. Now it's full. Point is, I love that Mets fans always come. Mets fans, I got to give you guys credit. Even though you're some annoying sons of bitches, you guys are funny. You guys bring it. Like us Phillies fans, I think the real Mets fans, the scumbag ones, like us Philly scumbags, you match our breed. We like you guys. You guys are fun. I do like the Mets-Phillies rivalry. So that's my favorite part about this series is that Mets fans always come in here. And I will say, I got to say, Mets fans are actually really respectful for the most part. I thought that they would give us a lot more smack talk, a lot more shit. They've been pretty good. I actually want to see if maybe we can get a Mets fan to call into the show. But let's go ahead and talk about our Braves preview before we get into Fratty's Corner. How you feeling about this series? Are the Phils going to be able to bounce back?
I think so. I think we're going to somehow, some way take 3 or 4 against the Braves.
Wow.
I mean, don't get me wrong here. The Braves, the last couple games, they scored 23 runs in their last 2 games. They smacked around them. They crushed the Marlins 2 games in a row. They scored, I think they won 11. Was it 11-2? It was 11-2 last night, 12-1 this afternoon. I didn't see the game, but I heard they won 12-1 this afternoon and 11-2 last night. So they've had double-digit games and runs, 2 games in a row. They've been hot. So you're saying with Aaron Nola pitching tomorrow night, you're saying the Braves, you're saying the Braves are going to be hot 3 games in a row? I mean, not Braves, more. Yeah, maybe they got to go all the way from Miami after a day game to come all the way up to Philadelphia, and the Phillies, even on a night game, have to only come back to Philly on a bus by the night, which is not a long, couple-hour drive. I think I give the Phillies the edge in this series. Honestly, I think the Braves, that guy. And I'm sorry to make fun of all the Chads out there, but Chad Quantrill is pitching tomorrow night. Chad, you stink. I hope. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I think Chad needs to go home. I think the Phillies are. I think the Phillies are gonna have a breakout game. We're gonna score 8 runs tomorrow night against the Braves. It's gonna be 8. We're gonna crush the. It's gonna be a dominating win against the Braves. We're gonna win like 8-4 tomorrow, or something like that. Wait a
I'm here
second.
for it.
Who's this? The Bo Mike.
What did he say?
It says the Mets had a Diddy party with the.
I just read that. Yeah, there you go. I won't put that on screen, but yeah, you say, thank God we didn't finish it. But yeah, that is pretty much a summary of what happened during this series. But I'll tell you who will give you a better summary than that comment of this series. The king of South Philly himself.
Yo, Fratty, give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Fratty's Corner. It's Fratty's Corner.
Phillies lose again. Little bad news. What do you? I know. The anonymous person's Reds team. I'm not even going to mention his name again because he's probably going to get mad. His Reds are losing again. To the Dodgers. They can't even help us out. So that means the Phillies. There's a good chance that the Dodgers hold on tonight. We're going to fall to the 3 seed behind the Dodgers. Which now that Dodgers series could be even more huge. We go to LA. It's the day after the Eagles play the Chiefs. September 15th to September 17th. But if we can get our act together between now and then, that series is going to be very huge. So get ready, Dalton. It could be a party in LA. I don't think we're getting swept against the Dodgers. Are you kidding me? That's one team it seems like that we seem to have good luck against. Dalton.
Yeah. And after the Chiefs and Dodgers, 2 of the best pedigreed teams in any sport. Will the Eagles be able to do it? Probably. Will the Phillies be able to do it? Probably not. But we'll find out. Point is, if you guys want to call into the show, now is your time. Now is your turn. You can call this number right now, 302-316-4848. We'll see if we get any Mets fans that call in. I know we got Gavin that's definitely going to be calling in to the show. We're going to have him on here in a second. It's going to be a ton of fun. But if you guys want to call into the show after Gavin, you're more than welcome. You can come on here, talk Mets, Phillies with us, talk about the Braves series. If you're a Phillies fan, you can vent if you want. Let us know how much this team just sucks ass right now. That's pretty much why we made the banner ass.
Here we go.
We got a call in, and look, Fratty can hear
Call
it.
from
Gavin.
So we got Gavin calling in.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
We're going to accept it. Gavin, how you doing?
What's up, man? How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing well. What are you thinking of this Phillies team right now, Gavin? What's going through your mind?
Yeah, dude, so a lot. You know, there's some positives and negatives, but if we're just judging by this series, not good, man. It's not ideal to get swept, especially by a division rival. And I think the most disappointing about this series is that you have the chance to put the nails in the coffin. You know what I mean? Like, you have the shot to put the nails in the coffin and choke them out to where they don't have any life. They can't come back. They're done. And I understand there's a month of baseball with September, but that really takes a team's confidence down is once you solidify that. You know what I mean? Like, once you put the nails in the coffin, it's done. You can tell. So the fact that they just let the Mets crawl back and the walk-off win for them, and even tonight, oh, awful. It just sucks. Overall, awful performance by us.
Yeah, they looked horrible. And the whole series, I mean, embarrassed. Like, what is a loss in a series like this do for your mental, Gavin, with this team? Like, Do you still believe in them deep down, or are you like, you can't look back from this?
Honestly, man, it's year after year. I mean, since 2022, it's been what's going to happen. I wake up every day and I'm like, what version of the Phillies are we going to get today? Are we going to get the ones that hit the ball and they're going to average 7 runs, or is it going to be like tonight? So I wouldn't say I'm necessarily giving up on them just because there is a month of baseball left and you go through slumps and all of that, and they're still up 4 games on the Mets in the division. So I wouldn't say I'm giving up on them, but it is definitely World Series or bust again, or at least playoffs or bust. I don't even know if they're going to make it that far, but you definitely have to believe in this team because they have the tools. You have the resources, you have the lineup, you have the pitching to get deep in the postseason. So hopefully they can do that, but I wouldn't say I've lost yet. But here's what I'm going by for the Phillies. I'm going by burn the boats, man. Burn the boats. There's no turning back. You lost Wheeler. Okay, you got Schwarber and JT for the season, and then they hit the market. So burn the boats, boys, because there's no turning back.
Yeah, there is no turning back. I mean, are you thinking right now, would you want Philly Rob here still? Or are you like, you know what? He's proven to me that he can't get this team motivated. I mean, a sweep like this in a series isn't necessary. It's hard to blame it on the players. It's really on management and the team when you lose as a whole collective unit that bad and you get embarrassed. I mean, how you feeling about Philly Rob? Weigh in on that.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, when we first got Rob Thompson, we were like, oh my gosh, this guy's a god. Like, we're winning games now. But just, he can't manage the bullpen, honestly. I personally want Rob gone. I think it's too late in the season because you have October rolling around. But I think after next season, they should at least explore new managers just to get a new face in the locker room and shake things up. If they want to keep him as an assistant, like an assistant manager, that's fine, but he cannot manage the bullpen. He can't. And the whole platooning stuff with the lefty-righty crap, I understand it because of statistics and whatnot, but come on, man. Like, how he manages the lineup, it's just, it's weird, and he can't manage the bullpen. So realistically, I would prefer Rob to be gone by next season.
Wow, there it is. Yeah, I mean, hey, I agree with you, Gavin. I definitely don't think you're wrong on that. I think that this team needs to look at other options and other managers just to put them in a better chance to win. But if you guys don't, Gav, can you please let the people know where they can give you a follow? We appreciate you always coming on the show, contributing, sharing your Phillies knowledge. You always have a ton of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So on all social medias, my username is gsweens_09. I'm the sports writer for Philly Sports Reports and Lebco Sports. So it's always a pleasure to come on the show and talk about ball with you boys.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure having you on here. We love talking sports with you. I love reading your articles personally. So thank you very much for coming on here, Gavin. We'll get you on here again soon, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have a nice show.
You too. Take care. If anyone else would like to call in, we'll wait on here for another 2 minutes or so. Feel free. If not, no worries. We'll wrap it up there. But guys, give Gavin a follow. Gavin's a freaking man. He knows a ton about not just the Phillies, all Philly sports. He really has been watching the teams his whole life, just like all of us. And his perspective, I think, is really cool. So please give him a follow. Also, give the King of South Philly a follow if you haven't. Mr. Barstool is what I think I'm going to have to call you now after collaborating with Frank the Tank last night.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because they got to move on and play the Marlins. We're playing the Braves, so they're Braves fans. We're Marlins fans tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And not really. Like I said, I'm not really one team at the in the NL that doesn't really concern me, that nobody should worry about. Dodgers fans, Phillies fans, Mets fans shouldn't worry about Cincinnati because Cincinnati looks like they're fading. So I'm not even concerned about. That's one team I wouldn't be concerned about that's in the playoff contention right now. So
yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I think where the Phillies are at, they definitely need to get their head on straight. This series against the Braves is going to be huge. And it looks like we're getting a call in, I believe, from Stephen Ross.
Call from
I was right. I knew that. I was going to guess him.
Steve, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic.
What did you think of the Phillies' performance tonight, my man? It definitely, I'm glad to hear that you're doing fantastic. That's great. But unfortunately, this team didn't do too fantastic tonight. What would you say?
Well, I didn't watch the game, but I've been getting all the alerts of what's going on tonight with the Phils. And how can you be 0 for 10 at Citi Field?
Yeah.
Here was my thinking about this too. Okay. Do they just have the Mets? Does Mets have the Phillies number at Citi Field? Because if you remember last year in the playoffs, okay, at Citi Field, Phillies lost against the Mets at Citi Field. This is totally pathetic. Okay, they were 2 for 35, and they got outscored big time today. Outscored. And this is very pathetic for the Phils. They need to fix this up today, okay? Because they're going to be facing the Mets again at home and then again at Citi Field, okay? And I have a bad feeling about this, that if the Phillies and the Mets are in the playoffs and the Phillies are at Citi Field, they're going to lose again. And this cannot happen at all. It just can't.
You're 100% right, Steven. I love the passion, by the way. Great take. Awesome. Like, you knocked that out of the park. And for not watching the game, you sound like you watched the game, man. Really well said. I mean, from your perspective as well, what was it like last year watching that in the playoffs? And following that up, what would it like as a Phillies fan be like having to lose to the Mets again in the playoffs if this happens again?
If this happens again, I will be very disappointed. Okay. And, yeah, I'll be very disappointed again. So I said this in a post about 2 days ago. Okay. And I said, for the love of God, please do not put in Romano. And 2 days ago, they did. It's like, why are you so in love with him in the first place? He should not be in the game. He should be DFA'd, and he's not. But he's on the injured list. And do I think that that's going to help? No, because when he comes back, Thompson, the clueless manager, is going to put him back in again. It's like, stop putting him in the game, please. Okay, he shouldn't be in the low leverage game. He shouldn't be in the game. Period. He should be left in New York in the first place than being on this team.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much knocked it. I love your passion for Philly sports. I mean, are you looking forward to the Eagles at least so we don't have to suffer as much with the Phillies? How you feeling about that, Steve?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so a couple years ago, actually a couple months ago, I was at the Eagles parade. And man, it was electric. I saw the whole title parade. It was fun. Yes, it was cold, but man, I loved it. Because with all the Eagles fans coming together, enjoying the parade, it was great marching down on Broad Street. And I have a good feeling, okay, yes, their schedule is rough, but I do have a feeling that the Eagles will win. And if there's any Dallas Cowboys fans are listening right now, listen, please, okay? Your team's going to lose on September 4th, okay? Do you think that they're going to win? No, the Eagles are going to kick your butts. And please, Dallas Cowboys fans, watch the banner drop, okay? And put it all in.
Yeah, let's go, Steve. Fire me up, man. I love your passion. Like I said, bro, you got it. You got the gene. We're definitely going to bring you on here more often. I'm glad I texted you tonight, and I'm really even happier that you followed through. you gave us a call. Let me ask you one more question, Steve, before we wrap up here. Do you think that we will have a parade for the Phillies this year?
No, I'm being honest now. If they were to keep playing like this every single time at Citi Field, absolutely not. Okay, and when they face the Marlins, Seattle, yes, they beat them. Okay, but you can't beat New York at all. It's like, what is going on? Okay, and I don't want to hear Thompson saying, "Oh well, the team played great." Bull crap. No, they did not. Okay. This is on their team. Get their head straight today and fix it up for next time, please.
Well, thank you, Steven. We appreciate you hopping on here. We got another call in, so we're going to bring him on. But we will bring him on here again, brother. Take care.
You too.
Call from.
This is JJ Seglio from New York.
To accept.
Oh! The king of New York finds his way to the show.
You guys fucking suck. Genuinely. That was the easiest stress-free series of my lifetime. You should be embarrassed by what you just put on the last 3 games. Embarrassed.
I am embarrassed, Segs. I am fucking embarrassed. What do you... Listen, all right, Fratty, we got to have a little... Listen, Segs, okay? I know that we just absolutely shit the bed. There's no other way to put it. Absolutely everywhere. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But let me ask you a question, JJ. Do you think with this Phillies team payroll and the talent, would you say that this Phillies team lost to a worse team and you guys just swept a better team than you and you guys outplayed them? Or do you think in your head the Mets are genuinely better and you're riding that pony all the way into the offseason with the way that the Mets were leading up in the series?
I've been riding the fact that the Philadelphia Phillies just had the benefit of the doubt of being hot at the right time, because I'm going to be honest with you. I knew for a fact that we were sweeping you in this series. 1, you can never win here. 2, we biologically own you. And 3, when JJ Seglio makes a Mets-Phillies prediction, he's rarely ever wrong. So with all that being said, this was probably more predictable than the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Honest to God. This was way too easy.
Oh, my God.
I didn't break a sweat this entire series. Not one. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I don't care how high the Mets payroll is. Your payroll is just as high. You have one of the best rotations in baseball. You have a top 10 lineup in the league. And you cannot score a single run on Nolan McClain. Embarrassing.
That's the rookie pitcher.
Absolute joke is what you are. Joke.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, JJ. Looking from the outside in, what can my Phillies do to fix their shit? Like, honestly, what can we do to get our shit together and make sure we're okay going forward for the rest of the season?
Well, 1, grow a set of balls. That's the first thing.
Thanks.
And that goes
all right, let's get to fucking 2, douchebag.
And that goes to the soon-to-be employee of the month, Mrs. Karen Bohm, for showing her true colors these last 3 nights. A parabolic microphone is the reason you might not win the NL East this year. Let that sink in. I don't think there's any saving this team because, to be honest with you, when the Mets come back to Philadelphia in September, if you guys slip up, they're looking to put the final nail in your coffin. And for you guys to potentially be that 6th seed heading to New York for a 3-game playoff series, a place that you have not won in almost 2 full seasons, maybe even 3. There is no saving the Phillies. You're fucked, and the Mets have officially signed your death warrant. The collapse is imminent. Welcome to Lowell, Phillies. Welcome to my world, bitch.
This is why I love talking sports with you, JJ, because every Batman needs a Joker, and golly, you are like the freaking original Green Goblin for me in the Tobey Maguire movie. No other opposing Mets fan really gets under my skin like you. And you know what, JJ? You know what really
Because I'm always right.
When you're right and when I agree with you. That's how bad the Phillies are right now, guys. They have a Phillies fan agreeing with a Mets fan.
Yeah. And to make matters worse, I mean, this is only beginning. Who knows? Maybe if I'm lucky enough, you'll be able to tune into Hunter Brody's watch party and listen to me go off on his Phillies team as well. I'm telling you,
You're just
I've
like
been on a
the
Philly
fucking,
revenge tour
you're
for the
like
last
the
year and
fucking
a half.
Grinch tonight. You're just going to all the homes, but it's all the Philly sports podcasters, and you're like fucking over their shows, you little dickhead.
You're damn right I am. I'm out for blood this season. I'm out for fucking blood. You thought the playoffs was enough? That was just the beginning. We're just getting started with you. After what the Braves did to us, after what the Phillies did in 07 and 08 and 2011, we're over your bullshit. Past sins are due, and it's time to pay the fucking landlord. Have a nice life.
Oh, God. Well, hey, let me at least give you a shout out. If you guys are a Mets fan and you're listening, because I know there is quite a bunch of you guys, give my guy JJ a follow on his channel. Go subscribe to him for the best Mets coverage around. It's Empire Sports Media on YouTube, right, JJ?
That is correct. And we did cover the last 2 games of this series. So if you would like to see my reactions or just tune into what happened the last few nights, feel free to like, subscribe to Empire Sports Media. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Let's keep this puppy rolling. The anti-Philly train is leaving the station, motherfuckers. Good night.
Love you, JJ. Take care, bro.
Care.
God, that guy's funny. That's what a real Mets fan sounds like to all the Mets fans watching. But that's all the time we got for Collins-wise tonight. That's all we got show-wise. Fratty, anything else you want to say before we wrap up the show tonight? And you guys will be able to call into the show every night from moving on forward that I'm on here. If KJ's not on here, we're going to figure it out of how they can talk back to you guys. We're going slow. And shout out to Broad Street Sports. If you guys don't give him a subscription, he's live now. If you want some coverage, go check out his channel right now. That's where I'm going to go watch. But he was actually the one who helped us get this number set up. So save it in your phone. 302-316-4848 is 302-BIRDS. But Fratty, anything else you want to say before we wrap up tonight, boss?
Well, tomorrow night, Rome. Well, we're not gonna be sitting together, but Rome, me and KJ will all be at the Phillies game tomorrow night. I'll be in 426. Rome will be in standing room only, and I think KJ will be standing too. So we're back in the kingdom. Finally, we can finally move on from the Citi Field haunted place. I'm so glad the series is over. I'm so glad we're done playing at Citi Field for at least the next month. Hopefully, for the rest of this, hopefully we avoid the Mets at all costs. Matter of fact, I hope the Mets get knocked out in the first round by somebody else. So if we can't get the job done, we have to have somebody else help us out. So anyway, guys, tomorrow, Phillies, Braves, Citizens Bank Park, Rome, KJ McCoy, and me, Fratty, and in the words of all of us, I'm so ready for Red October KJ McCoy, but I'm more ready.
AI McCoy and AI Fratty.
I'm more ready to dominate the Braves at CBP than the sour Mets fan. So.
Oh, there it is. We'll get ready. But that's all we got tonight. If you guys don't give 302-BIRDS AI a follow, you guys can see what Fratty's talking about in AI Fratty and AI McCoy on there. They're 2 characters we're going to be bringing around. And right now, I think AI Fratty wouldn't be too happy with this Phillies team. Maybe I'll have to make a video of AI of Fratty being like, you know what, KJ McCoy, I'm not ready for Red October right now with this team. That would be really funny. Stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll get working on that tomorrow. But that's all we got time for tonight. If you guys are new around here, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. All those little things really help the channel out a ton. We love talking sports, not just Philly sports, but sports with you guys. Come hang out on the channel. We love you guys. Have a great night and bounce back for God's sake, Phillies.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! And it is gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt,